When you get an idea for content creation, I want to come out with this YouTube video. You have that eureka entrepreneur moment that we all have all day where you're like, I want to come out with this piece of content. What does your process look like for actually getting it out?
So we have a fantastic content production plan. And that's where most people honestly fail. They don't have any kind of a plan. They have that eureka moment, that aha moment, and then life takes over, or they just like recreate the wheel every single time. And it's just like this massive process. We have a well-oiled machine. We have 3 virtual assistants working full-time for us. And we are always improving those systems, improving those tools, improving those automations. And, for us, it's aha moment, eureka moment happens, plug it into the machine starts chugging, spits out the other side, and there you have it. So that's why every day you're seeing, fresh content from us on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on all the other platforms, podcasting, you name it, because our content production plan is a baller. And so if you're listening, you're like, what exactly is a content production plan? That's why you're struggling. So it's everything. I know we're going to talk a little bit about this in a minute, but chapter 7, step 7 of my new book, it's create your content production plan. The average chapter in this book is between 3,000 to 5,000 words. Chapter 7, step 7, creating your content production plan, 13,500 words. Like literally, that could be a business book in and of itself. It is mind-blowing how much content is within that one chapter. And it really made me realize this is why we went at such a high level, because our content production plan is so good. And I don't say that like quickly or easily. Like it wasn't always that way. Our content production plan used to suck. Now it's awesome. There's been 10 years in the gap, between that. So we've been working on this thing for a decade. That's why it's such a seamless machine, as you and I are talking right now.
Have you had some people that have been with you the entire 10 years that are still on?
We have one virtual assistant that's been with me for 12 years. So all the entire decade, because she was actually my virtual assistant in my previous career in real estate. So I took her with me into Entrepreneurs on Fire. We have another person who's been with us for 7 years and another person for 6 years. So
once you find one, just keep them. Do everything you can to keep
train them, keep them.
So where does your process start when you get this idea? Like you've created a notes section on your phone and send it to an assistant and it's done, or you just show up for the podcast and your team takes it from there?
It is really that first part. It's like, here's the idea, take it, go run. And we have something that we use that's really effective. I like to do video trainings and video tutorials. And so when I have that idea, I'll do a whole video training on it. Like I will really take the time to do a thorough, detailed video training one time. And then after I do that one time, it goes into our video library. And then whenever I have that second idea or that third idea on that same area, my VAs go to that video training to rewatch it to familiarize themselves with exactly how I want them to operate. And they never have to ask me what to do, how to do it. So that video library that we have, it's priceless.
So that's what your business looks like now, this awesome, well-oiled content creation machine. Obviously, when you're a solopreneur, you got to learn some video editing. You got to do some graphic design before you can get this team in place, before you got the money to get the team in place. Or maybe it is kind of a catch-22. You need the team to get the money, but you need the money to get the team. I know there's some gray space there. If we're looking back at this situation, these solopreneurs, what's that first step for getting a content creation team or process started for them?
You need to start off by looking in the mirror and say, what am I great at? Like, what are the things that only I can do in this business? What is my zone of fire? So of course, like when I'm asking myself that question, it's interviewing people on Entrepreneurs on Fire. It's being interviewed on other shows. It's doing live webinars. It's being present in Clubhouse. Like there's certain things that only I can do. Everything else is hire outable. It's outsourceable. Everything else. Now you're not going to be able to do all of the outsourcing right away, day one, but once you go through the process of knowing the core things that only you can do, these are the non-negotiables. And then there's everything else. Then you rank them from the things that take you the most time down to the least amount of time. for you to do that aren't in your zone of fire. And then you start working away from the top with the biggest, most time consuming tasks. And again, it's just going to be step by step, day by day. You're not going to be able to do it all at once because you're not going to be able to hire enough virtual assistants. You're not going to be able to, have them, be that skilled right away. It's going to take time for all of those things. But that's how you take the biggest bites of the pie at the beginning, from working from that top down.
Okay.
So that, hopefully after 6 months, like you've worked down, maybe halfway down that list. And so the things that are now below really don't actually even take you that much time anyways, because the things that take you the most time are those first bunch of tasks that you've already outsourced.
Okay. So get rid of the ones that are going to clear the most amount of time for you first, you're saying. So after you get this huge list of all the tasks that only you can do, now that, plug those into your schedule, then find the ones that you can outsource, get rid of the ones that are getting rid of the biggest chunk of time first.
Rank them from biggest time sucks to littlest time sucks, and start training at the top.